The 2026 Oscars are right around the corner. The nominations are literally coming out tomorrow, so I'm here for my annual Oscar nominations prediction video. But first, as always, my name is Josiah. I love films and TV. I mostly post on TikTok. Every year I say I'm going to post more on YouTube. Let's see. I'm not going to promise anything, but please head over there and drop me a follow if you love film and TV. I'm going to start off with the biggest category, of course. It's Best Picture. I don't think this year is as simple as it has been the last few years. I went 9 for 10 last year, 10 for 10 the year before. This year I'm going back for that 10, but it's not easy. I think there are some clear ones, some obvious ones, and for me, the top 6 have been locks for a long, long time now. We're going to start with number 1, one battle after another. The probable favourite right now. I think this will win Best Picture at the Oscars, and it deserves it. It's in my top 3 of the year. It's amazing. I think it's going to pick up awards all over the Oscars, and I have no doubt it's going to get nominated, let alone I think it's winning. So right now, one battle after another is my number 1. There's no other evidence to say it shouldn't win. Number 2, I have Sinners. Probably its best competition. I think Sinners will get nominated in many categories. You'll see that as we go along in this video. But Sinners is incredible, and that is my film of the year. I love Sinners. If it could pull off the upset, I'm all there for it, but it's definitely getting nominated. Then we have Hamnet. Hamnet is brilliant. I know there's a group, probably a small minority, who don't like Hamnet. They're saying it's the Oscar bait, the cry bait film of this award season. I disagree with that. I think what Hamnet does, it does so well. It did draw me in to William Shakespeare and his family. It has a ridiculously amount of good performances in this film. Again, we'll touch on those later in the other categories, but Hamnet is amazing. Chloe Zhao's amazing. I love that film. I'm so glad it's in award season in this race. Sadly, I don't think it's going to win, but it's definitely getting nominated. And then we got Marty Supreme in number 4. I think Marty Supreme has the potential to underperform. Maybe that won't showcase in this video, but if one film was to, I think it could be Marty Supreme. I think it's heavily carried by Timothée Chalamet. The marketing's obviously brilliant, and I'm sure it is going to do well, but just keep an eye on it. Just keep an eye on it. I could be right. I could be right. We also have Frankenstein in this top 5, a guaranteed lock. This is Netflix's film that they're pushing, and fine, it's got a lot of big names. It's a big story. Guillermo del Toro is attached to it. But when I watched it at London Film Festival, I didn't think this would be competing. I didn't love it personally. Obviously, I'm not an Oscar voter. What do I know? But wasn't really for me. So I'm surprised it's doing so well. But they've been really smart with how they've marketed and how they've pushed this film. They're doing the classic Oscar thing, lots of small screenings, showing it around the world, doing talks with Guillermo, with the cast. Really, really smart stuff. It wasn't my favorite film that Netflix produced. I don't really like this, that Netflix produced, but it's a smart one to push, and it's definitely going to get nominated for Best Picture. And then the final lock, I don't know if lock's the right word, is Sentimental Value for me. Slightly been dropping recently, maybe because of the strength of some of the other films in and around it, but I think it's getting nominated. It's a film filled with Oscar-worthy performances, literally from Renate Reinsve to Stellan, to all of them amazing in this film, and again, I'll push on them later. But Sentimental Value is a great movie. I'm glad it's going to get nominated. The next 4, a little bit more tricky. I have Begonia in 7. I'm still very confident on Begonia, but it feels like the film that's just been there and not spoken about enough. Because Begonia, for me, might be Yorgos's best film, and I wish more people were saying that, although I did love Poor Things. But I do think Begonia is getting nominated here. Then we got The Secret Agent in 8th, and It Was Just an Accident in 9th. Very interchangeable for me. People are starting to write off It Was Just an Accident, and I think that's very, very silly. Very silly of them to do, because it won the Palme d'Or. It maybe hasn't got the momentum people thought it would, but it's a really strong film, especially for Oscar voters. I think it's going to do really well. And then The Secret Agent, it has potentially one of the best lead actor performances. I actually haven't seen The Secret Agent. That's the only film here I haven't seen, including the honorable mentions just below it. But I think The Secret Agent's going to do really well. And then finally, we have Train Dreams. I hope Train Dreams makes it, but that one does have potential to drop for me. Train Dreams might be the most beautiful, honest, human film of the year, and I really hope it makes it. But just below it, you see Weapons, you see F1. I think those two, one of those two could sneak in. I've seen a lot of people predict F1 recently for It Was Just an Accident. I think Train Dreams is more likely to drop out than It Was Just an Accident. And I think F1 or Weapons could sneak in. I don't really know which one. They're sort of on par for me. That's why I'm not confident of going 10 for 10. I could be completely wrong and both of them drop out. I'm looking at this and I think I'll definitely get 9. I'm hoping for all 10. I also have Jay Kelly in there. That's the film I thought Netflix should have pushed. George Clooney is brilliant. Adam Sandler's brilliant in that film. It's a really good film. No Other Choice, for me, should be there as well in my top 10 of the year. I love it. And I've thrown Blue Moon in 15th just because I love Richard Linklater. It was in my top 5 of the year. I adore Blue Moon, but It's getting lost a little bit amongst all these big name films. But those are my predictions for Best Picture. Let's hope for the best. Let's move on to Best Actor, a category that has been talked about a lot, especially since Critics' Choice. Since Timothée Chalamet won, there's been a big debate. Should it have been Timothy? Should it have been Michael B. Jordan? Where's Leonardo in all this? I think Timothée Chalamet is winning, and I think he's going to win comfortably in the end. I was expecting a little bit more of a race. I mean, people are winning awards at all the smaller award shows. Michael B. Jordan's winning at places. They're all winning at places. And it's hard to go against Timothy. He probably was my favorite lead actor performance of the year, but it's such a stacked category. I mean, Ethan Hawke was probably my second favorite, and I'm worried he won't even get nominated here. Ethan Hawke in Blue Moon is so good. And again, another one of those performances that is getting lost. Like Begonia is in Best Picture and Begonia is in award season. I think Blue Moon is similar, where it's there, but no one's talking about it. When in reality, Ethan Hawke gives maybe my favorite performance of the year. He's probably just behind Timothy, but he's so good in that film, and it just you watch it and you realize Linklater gets it like no one else gets it. I did an interview with Linklater if anyone wants to watch that. Little plug. But yes, Ethan Hawke's in there. I've skipped straight to 5. Michael B. Jordan is in number 4 for me. He could drop out. I'm seeing more people confident on Ethan Hawke than Michael B. Jordan right now. I feel good about this 5. I think the two that could sneak in are Joel Edgerton and Jesse Plemons. I have Joel Edgerton just outside purely based on me not being super confident on Train Dreams yet. I hope it makes it. If it makes it, then there's a good shout for Joel Edgerton. Jesse Plemons has again been getting some nominations at other major award shows, minor award shows as well. I think Jesse Plemons absolutely deserves it. He's brilliant in Begonia alongside Emma Stone. Perfect duo in that film. I like Skip past Wagner Moore as well. I haven't seen The Secret Agent. I mentioned that earlier, but he is doing so well. He's got a lot of momentum going for him. I could push him above Leo right now, to be honest with you, because Leo is just sort of getting lost in Timothy's shadow, even though he's Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm getting comments on other posts asking where is he in this race. I actually thought he was number 2. I have him at number 2 now, but I think Wagner could be number 2. I've seen people really go for Ethan Hawke, like I mentioned as well. So I really don't know. I really don't know what the order is. I just know Timothy's going to be number 1, and I think Joel Edgerton or Jesse Plemons could maybe get in for either Michael B. Jordan or Ethan Hawke. Maybe it's just nerves that I'm not as confident on Ethan Hawke as other people are, because he should be, and I just don't want myself to be disappointed. I've got George Clooney in there. Again, I mentioned earlier when I spoke about Jay Kelly that George Clooney is just amazing. He's so good in that film. I think it epitomizes everything he's been through in his career. Obviously, that was the point. Brilliant. Oscar Isaac and Frankenstein, I actually don't think he's good in that film, but here we are. And Dwayne Johnson in The Smashing Machine. I remember when that came out, everyone thought, his Oscar's loading. Dwayne Johnson at the Oscars. Wait for Jumanji 4, then we can talk seriously about Dwayne Johnson at the Oscars. But no, not for me. I like this top 5. I feel good about the top 5. Just don't be surprised if Joel Edgerton or Jesse Plemons sneaks in. Because they could. They really could. Then we're moving to Best Actress, a category that has been locked since day 1. Jessie Buckley in Hamnet, without a doubt, is the best performance here. This isn't to give any shade to any of the other performances, because there are some incredible lead actress performances, but Jessie Buckley just operated at a different level in Hamnet. You felt every single moment in that film, and she absolutely deserves everything that's coming her way, and all the applause she's getting, all the speeches are brilliant, and I can't wait to see her speech at the Oscars. This one, I'm 100% confident. There is no doubt in my mind that Jessie Buckley is going to win Best Actress easily. Then it gets a little bit more difficult. Rose Byrne, we saw at the Globes, she won. She will be there. Jessie Buckley's biggest competition, if you can say that. I don't think she has competition right now, but If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You is a really good film, so I'm glad that Rose Byrne is there. Brilliant performance as well. Difficult film, suffocating film, but she really epitomizes what that film is and does amazingly in it. Then we have Renate Reinsve. I mentioned earlier about sentimental value and the Oscar-worthy performances throughout. She is so good in that film. Maybe my favorite performance in that film. We'll speak on a few more later. Then we have Emma Stone in Begonia. I spoke about Begonia earlier, how it's getting lost. Emma Stone's performance specifically, I think, is not being spoken about enough. She might be my second favorite performance of the year in this category, just outside of Jessie Buckley. So it's sad to see that she's just sort of there and no one's really taking her seriously as a contender. Like I mentioned myself, I'm not really taking her seriously the amount I'm talking about Jessie Buckley, but Emma Stone is so good in Begonia. Her and Yorgos just work so well together, and I'm just glad she's here. I hope she gets nominated. I'm sure she will. And then number 5 is where it's really tough. I currently have Chase Infinity, but let's see. In 6 and 7, Okay. We have Kate Hudson and Amanda Seyfried. Don't watch this video. We have Kate Hudson and Amanda Seyfried. Um, Kate Hudson is getting a lot of talk right now. I've seen many other channels say she could get in. They don't see Chase Infinity as strong as maybe I do, although I do think it's close. And Amanda Seyfried, I really thought she would be doing better than she is right now, but The Testament of Anne Lee is sort of a forgotten film. People aren't talking about it, people aren't watching it, and I don't think she's going to get nominated. I think really it is between Chase Infinity and Kate Hudson, and maybe this is pure bias that I would rather see Chase Infinity there. I've put her in number 5. I think this is my top 5. I'm pretty sure about the top 4. It's the 5th spot that is up for grabs. We have Eva Victor in 8. Eva Victor is just phenomenal. What a year for Eva Victor, and I wish they had more coming their way because Sorry Baby is brilliant. One of my top 10 films of the year. I think I have it in number 7 right now, and I would have Eva Victor there. I'd have Eva Victor in the screenplay categories. I'd have Sorry Baby in Best Picture. I wish Eva Victor was taken more seriously for their performance. Not even talking about like the film itself, but just for their performance. Eva Victor's incredible. Then we have Tessa Thompson in Hedda again, an amazing performance. I don't know if Tessa Thompson would be in my personal 5. She'd definitely be in my personal like 8. But Tessa Thompson is amazing. Such a controlled and beautiful but powerful performance. I really love her in Hedda. And Jennifer Lawrence in Die My Love, my favorite actress of all time. Not really going to be there, to be honest. It's between this top 6. Like I mentioned, it's Chase Infinity or Kate Hudson for me. Now we're moving on to the supporting categories. For me, they're more interesting than the lead categories because I don't really know who's going to win in either of them. I currently have Stellan Skarsgård number 1 in lead actor, which I wasn't too confident on when the BAFTA long list came out because sentimental value is completely dropped from it, pretty much. But then again, we can't really take the BAFTAs too seriously when it comes to Oscar voting. Obviously, we love the BAFTAs. BAFTAs, I want to be there. Invite me. But I don't think we should base the Oscar predictions on the BAFTA predictions, especially this year with them coming out after, which is very, very, very interesting. The sentimental value was kind of lost in all that, so I thought Stellan might get lost, but he's winning in places, he's being talked about in places, and he's Stellan Skarsgård. That guy is so cool. He's so good in sentimental value. He is my number 1, but for the longest time, I thought Benicio del Toro was going to win. He started the award season really strong. He had the momentum at the start. I think he still has some strength there. He could still win. And then we have Sean Penn in number 3. I think Jacob Elordi might be stronger, to be honest. I don't know why I have him in 3 and Jacob in 4. For me, Sean Penn is my winner. If I could vote, I would vote for Sean Penn. But I think Benicio had the momentum, and I was surprised by that because of the film I saw. Sean Penn seemed to be the more standout actor in it for me. But as mentioned, Jacob Elordi's there. Again, he's been winning awards too. Jacob Elordi is a really strong contender here. I really don't know who's going to win. I'm sticking with Stellan, but Jacob could even win, and he's in my number 4/3 right now. The only spot I'm not confident on is my number 5, which is Paul Mescal. I think the top 4 will get nominated. It's just who will win. Gosh, sorry, I'm going back to this because I'm really thinking about it. Why have I got Sean Penn at 3 when I don't think he's going to win, but I have Jacob Elordi at 4, and I think he's a winner pick. But then I'm more confident on Sean Penn getting nominated. I don't really know. If Jacob Elordi's nominated, I think he has a better chance than Sean Penn, but I think they'll both get nominated. Back to number 5, Paul Mescal. I love Hamnet. I mentioned how much I love Hamnet earlier. Paul Mescal's brilliant in it. I actually don't think he's the best supporting actor in that film. You'll see a little man in number 10, Jacoby Jupe. Brilliant. He's not got a chance. I just wanted to mention him in the video. That's why he's in number 10. So good. He would be in my 5. I don't even care. He's better than Paul in this film, and I love Paul Mescal. But he's strong right now. He's getting nominations. But so are Delroy Lindo and Miles Caton, even Adam Sandler. If Paul Mescal is to drop out, I think it has to be for one of the Sinners boys, and I would definitely have Miles Caton personally in there. But I think Delroy, he's a little bit older. It's more of a legacy thing, I think. He has a better chance. So again, don't be surprised. It's weird because this might be wrong, but I still would not mind at all because Sinners was my favorite film of the year. I would nominate everyone from that movie. So I hope one of the Sinners boys gets in, but I think it's going to be Paul right now. Or if Jacoby Jupe, fancies a little upset, let's do it. Let's run it, Oscars. And now moving on to the most exciting category for me, and that is Best Supporting Actress. I have no idea what's going to go on in this category. I've had a clear 3. That is the top 3 you're seeing. But other than that, it's been all over the place. My top 5 today was not my top 5 yesterday or the week before. It's always changing. But yeah, as I mentioned, the top 3 have sort of been set for me, starting with Tiana Taylor. I am all in on Tiana Taylor right now. She is one of my Favorite actresses working today, I think she's in some incredible films and giving some incredible performances that aren't being talked about. One Battle After Another has many phenomenal performances, and she's not in it much, but it's not really about that in these supporting categories. It's what they can do in that limited screen time, and I think Tiana Taylor really delivers in that. And I just want to speak about her for a moment. Because she has been delivering for a long, long time. Straw came out the same year. I didn't think Straw was very good, but she was very controlled and very strong in that as well. We just saw The Rip come out recently. Again, very limited screen time, but she has a presence there. But the film I really want to speak about is 1001. I remember watching that a few years ago and I thought she had to get nominated. And I'm glad people are starting to see how good she is now, because back then, people need to watch that film because back then she was so good too. And yeah, I think I said she's been in some incredible films. I meant she gives incredible performances in films, even films I don't overly love. Tiana Taylor always seems to be a standout for me, so I'm really hoping she wins. That would be my pick. You know, my personal picks changed a lot, but I'm currently Team Tiana Taylor. But second place is Amy Madigan, who was my favorite supporting for a long time this year. Amy Madigan giving a performance like that in a film like that, it would be hard not to root for her to win because horror doesn't get much respect at the Oscars and award season in general. So when Amy Madigan had the momentum at the start and was winning these awards, it was a shock to me. But she's so good in Weapons, and Weapons is a great film. And if this is its best chance, then it'll be hard to go against it. I just love Tiana Taylor that much, but Amy Madigan is phenomenal. Then we move on to Inga Ibsdottir Liljas. I hope I said that right. In sentimental value, I originally had the double up. For a long, long time, I had her and Elle Fanning in there, but I think Inga is the stronger performance in the film. I think she's the one with the more momentum, the one being talked about more, and I think rightfully so. I think she's amazing. She works really well with Renat and everyone else in that film. She is so strong, and in those emotional, quiet scenes, I think that's where she shines the most. She's brilliant. Then we have Wunmi Musako, who I'm so rooting for to get nominated. Like I said, love Sinners. I love everyone in that film. She's brilliant, and she wasn't in my top five for a long, long time, literally till like yesterday. I am really rooting for her. And then we have Odessa Azayan, who again, really phenomenal in Marty Supreme. People were talking about Timmy. He's carrying this film forward in almost every single way, but Odessa has been sneaking up on people now, and I would love to see her get nominated. I think she's absolutely phenomenal in Marty Supreme. And I think this five I'm comfortable with. I think Elle Fanning could definitely sneak in. That's why it's been tough to predict. I think Ariana Grande, considering last year she did well and she's still the best part of Wicked, could sneak in. I think Emily Blunt in The Smashing Machine, again, it's Emily Blunt. She could sneak in. Emily Watson, probably not. Gwyneth Paltrow, probably not. I've seen some people talk about Gwyneth Paltrow. I don't see her getting an Oscar nomination. For me, it's that top eight. But I feel good about the five right now. It's Elle Fanning that's scaring me a little bit. But if Elle Fanning gets nominated, it's not a problem. We love Elle Fanning. But I like this top five a lot. I think this is a really good top five, a diverse top five with different movies. I don't love always seeing two nominations from the same film, so I like having a diverse set of films here. Celebrate different films, you know? It's an amazing top five. I hope this is the top five, and I hope Tiana Taylor wins. We'll have to see. Now moving on to another really interesting category, and that is Best Director. We all know this is PTA's year. This is Paul Thomas Anderson's year. I'm so fine with that. I would love to see Ryan Coogler, but he will have his time. He will have his win. But you can't really go against one battle after another. But yeah, Paul Thomas Anderson, Ryan Coogler, easily in there. I also think Joachim Trier for Sentimental Value is pretty set right now. But after that is really tough. I think it's really, really tough this time because you're looking at Chloe Zhao, Jafar Panahi, Josh Safdie, and Guillermo del Toro, I think, for the next two spots. Yorgos is there, but I don't see it. I don't see the other two. I think it's between those four. I am seeing, like I mentioned in Best Picture, lots of people are now disregarding it was just an accident as a potential pick here. You can't go against Cannes and Palme d'Or, in my opinion. It's very rare that the winner of that doesn't make it into Best Director, and especially for a film like It Was Just an Accident, where its screenplay is so strong. It would be really upsetting if he didn't make it, in my opinion. And then Chloe Zhao, she's won an Oscar before. They like her there. She's very likable in general. The film is great, but Josh Safdie has been picking up more nominations than I was expecting. I didn't think he'd be as strong as he is right now, so he could definitely get in. Frankenstein has been marketed really well too. The two just outside of the two of the best marketed films of this award season. And Guillermo del Toro is Guillermo del Toro. It's a bigger name than Jafar Panahi. It's a bigger name than Chloe Zhao. It's a bigger name than Joaquin Trier. Like, it's Guillermo del Toro, so who knows with him? They could just definitely sneak him in. I really hope this is the 5. I think this is the 5 I want to see, but it's a difficult one to really predict. Now moving on to the Screenplay Awards, and I always think the Screenplay Awards and Best Picture tend to line up. If you get a Screenplay nomination, you have a very good chance of getting Best Picture nomination. So all 5 of my adapted screenplay picks are at Best Picture as well. And we're starting with my Best Picture winner and my screenplay winner, adapted screenplay winner. One battle after another. It's strong. It will win where they can give it wins, I think. So One Battle After Another is my current number 1. We have Hamnet in number 2, a very dialogue-heavy film, a very beautiful film. I think it will get nominated. Begonia has a lot to say. It's interesting. That's in my number 3. Then we have Train Dreams, again, subtly just really powerful. And Frankenstein in number 5. I would not have Frankenstein here. I think it'd be really cool if they went for a no other choice here, because that film is phenomenal, and I think the screenplay is better than Frankenstein. I think Wake Up Dead Man's screenplay is better. But I'm pretty sure about this top 5. I could be wrong, of course, because I don't know what's going on in their minds. But I feel okay. Then we have Nuremberg. I haven't seen Nuremberg. I don't know if I'm going to watch it unless it gets nominated somewhere. We have Wicked for Good. I really hope that doesn't get nominated. And The Smashing Machine. But this top 5 is strong. I like this top 5. Just wish no other choice was a bit more in the mix. A little bit more interesting now is the original screenplay category, where the top 5 are not all in Best Picture. I have Sinners as my number 1. If it has any chance of beating One Battle After Another, it needs to pick up the screenplay win. I think it will. Then we have Sentimental Value in number 2, a strong contender. It Was Just an Accident in number 3. Again, people are sleeping on this film. It's going to get a screenplay nomination. It has to get a screenplay nomination. It's his biggest strength. It's a really good screenplay. I think it's going to get it. Marty Supreme in number 4. Loads of people have this higher. I've seen people have this as like the number 2 most likely behind Sinners. I just think Sentimental Value and It Was Just an Accident are stronger screenplays. Again, maybe it's my bias. That's why I'm wrong about these things. But I just don't see a world where that top 3 isn't getting nominated. I also do see Marty Supreme getting nominated. Then I'm taking a bit of a risk here with number 5. I've gone for Weapons, a very different screenplay. Again, it's a horror film. And I'm putting it in there above The Secret Agent, which I have in Best Picture. If it gets nominated for Screenplay Weapons, I would start questioning if it will get a Best Picture nomination, which will be really fun to see, because Weapons is great, so I'd love to see that. Then we have Sorry Baby. I mentioned Sorry Baby earlier. I really hope it gets a Screenplay nomination. It probably won't. But it could. It's there. It's there in the mix. I just hope it does, but again, it's more of a hope than anything. Jay Kelly in number 8. Again, it could, who knows? And Blue Moon in number 9, it could. I think that number 5 spot is so open. I think anywhere from Weapons to Blue Moon could get it. I'm just more confident about am I though? I'm looking at it now. It's on the screen to the left. I keep looking away. Blue Moon doesn't look right in 9. It could be higher. Sorry Baby could be higher. I don't know that number 5 spot. The top 4 I'm sure about. I don't know. I'm hoping for Sorry Baby, to be honest, or Blue Moon, but I think it's going to be Weapons or The Secret Agent. Number 10, if I had legs, I'd kick you. I don't think it's in the mix, but I needed to pick a number 10. Moving on to cinematography, I have Sinners as number 1. I actually don't think this would be my number 1, despite it being my favorite film. I think for me, the best cinematography was Train Dreams. So if Train Dreams wants to cause an upset, I'm so down for that. I love Train Dreams, beautiful film, absolutely everything about it. Frankenstein in number 3, you're going to see a theme here. Frankenstein getting nominated and me not overly loving that. But I think cinematography, it's hard to deny Frankenstein. I think it's got very good cinematography. One Battle After Another absolutely should be there. And Hamnet for me should be there. I actually think this is a really good top 5. I would not be mad if this was my top 5. It's a little bit boring, if anything, because we're seeing a lot of repeats. Like if Nouvelle Vague got in there, again, I interviewed Richard Linklater for Nouvelle Vague. That would be amazing. A very different one, a black and white film. If Sound of Falling snuck in, that'd be interesting. If Begonia even snuck in, but I don't think any of them will really drop out of that top 5. I think that's a strong top 5. I don't see Marty Supreme even at number 6 sneaking in. I think this will be the 5. Quote me on it. My first 5 I'm super confident on. Now moving on to costume design, where we have a Wicked nomination. I'm not a big fan of these sequels getting them because it's very similar to the first film, but it's hard to deny Wicked, and if it's going to get nominated anywhere, it will be costume design. But I have Frankenstein winning. I think the costumes all around, from the townsfolk to Victor to the actual monster, everything about it is very strong. I mentioned cinematography. You can't really deny it. Again, I don't think you can deny it in costume, and I think it's going to win. I think it's going to win in a few categories, and this is probably its best bet. Alongside Wicked, I actually think Sinners is going to compete as well. I still see Frankenstein as a bit of a standout, but I think any costume set in different eras and different periods and yeah, period movies, if they can get the costumes right, then it actually really benefits the film. And I think in Sinners, same with Hamnet and Mighty Supreme, the costumes complement the time that the film's set and the people set in the film. So all three of those similar in the fact that they're more period. Not it's hard to say they're all period pieces, but like they're all set at different times. They're not modern day films. So I think they will all get nominated. Then we have the Testament of Anne Lee. If it's going to get in anywhere, it's going to be costumes, but that film is losing it. Hedda, I would actually maybe nominate Hedda. I think the costumes in Hedda is great. I've not seen Kiss of the Spider Woman, but I've heard great costumes. One Battle After Another, probably not, and Secret Agent, probably not. I think this top five is a solid top five. Again, Testament of Anne Lee could do it, Hedda could do it, but I'm feeling good about this top five. And then we'll swiftly move on to production design because it's very, very similar. It's literally the same five. I have the same five in production and costume. Maybe that's boring. Maybe it is, but I have a little bit of a different order. Frankenstein's still going to win, I think, for me. We have Sinners in 2, Wicked in 3, Hamlet in 4, and Mighty Supreme in 5. It'd be awesome if Avatar got nominated here. I really like Fire and Ash. The haters are wrong. One Battle After Another, again, would be really cool. The Fantastic Four First Steps, let's get an MCU nomination in there. We're not seeing anything from that, anything from superhero movies yet. We might have one later, but I liked Fantastic Four. I think its production design is very cool. Begonia, again, I wouldn't mind, but I don't think so. Testament of Anne Lee, it's there, but it's not going to get nominated. This top five, I think one will probably go wrong. I don't know which one, but I think one will go wrong. But Frankenstein's most likely going to win. Moving on to a category I really like, and that's editing, because a good edit can really make or break a film. You know, people complain about runtimes, but if the edit is good, then there's no issue with the runtime. The film, you have to trust the editor to make the film how it's visioned, and this is a category that celebrates that. One Battle After Another for me would be the winner. I love the editing in One Battle After Another. Brilliant film. Brilliant editing. Runs so smoothly. Then we have Sinners in number 2. I think these two films will get nominated in many places just because it's One Battle After Another and Sinners, but they also just are two of the best edited films of the year. We have Mighty Supreme in number 3. Again, fast paced, edited well. Speaking of fast paced, F1 in number 4. If F1 picks up an editing nomination, I think it really helps its best picture chances. Like I had earlier, it was just on the edge, just outside with Weapons. Editing nomination, would be a huge bonus for its best picture chances. And then Hamnet. I recently rewatched Hamnet, and the editing in that film is such a standout. It does not feel 2 hours long. It feels like you're living in the moment and living in the film. You're breathing it in. I think the editing in Hamlet's so good. I think it'd be a real shame if it didn't get nominated. And looking at the films just outside of it, I really like No Other Choices editing. I think that would be in there for me. But I could see Sentimental Value or Frankenstein getting in. I'd like to see No Other Choice. I've thrown a House of Dynamite in there as well because it went a little bit overboard with its editing. I don't think it overly works, but it might for some people, and worth giving it a mention, I guess, for that. But yeah, I feel okay about this top 5. I think there's no real upset if one of them misses out. It'd be sad if Hamnet didn't, but I don't think loads of people are expecting it, so I'm okay with this 5. Let's see what happens. Now we're moving on to makeup and hairstyling. The Oscars love a prosthetic, and maybe I'm missing out on a few prosthetics here. Frankenstein number 1, obviously. I mean, look at Jacob Elordi in that film. It has to be number 1, and nothing else will come close. I think it's like a 98% chance it's going to win. I am so sure on Frankenstein. Wicked for Good, number 2. Again, kind of following on from last year. It's Wicked. It's a bit boring. I don't really love it, but whatever. Sinners in number 3. Yes, please. The Smashing Machine in number 4. I didn't love The Smashing Machine, but if it's going to get anywhere, it has to be makeup and hairstyling. Do it for Dwayne. Let's do it for Dwayne. And then One Battle After Another. I think what they do with a lot of the older characters, Sean Penn, Leo, great makeup and hairstyling in that film. Mighty Supreme's just outside in number 6. I haven't seen The Ugly Stepsister yet. I don't think any of the other ones. The Alto Knights, I can't believe the Alto Knights is here. It was longlisted. I guess there's 2 Robert De Niro's, but we can't be serious with the Alto Knights. That is not a serious contender. I feel good about this 5. I really do. I think The Ugly Stepsister could sneak in because it can. I don't really know why. It's just screaming to me. Maybe I should have put it at 6. But yeah, I like this top 5. Moving on to another one of my favorite categories, and that is original score. I said editing's important, but score is even more important. It is the heartbeat of a film. And if the score is not good, and the score is misplaced or just feels wrong, then the film feels wrong at times, and it's valuable. So celebrating scores is always a good idea. Let's always talk about movie scores. Let's listen to them in the gym. Let's listen to them at the library, on our walks. Let's just bump movie scores up. And number one is Sinners. Ludwig, please. Yes, that is an amazing score. Absolutely number one. It should win. I hope it does win. It's definitely getting nominated. One Battle After Another in number two. Again, an amazing score. So happy if that gets nominated. Hamnet in number three. On rewatch, I mentioned it about the editing, same with the score. It's a really beautiful score. Really complements the big dramatic scenes as well as the quiet scenes. Then we have Frankenstein. Not an overly memorable one for me. Maybe I'm missing something, but I've not really been a big Frankenstein fan from the start, as you can tell from this video. MI Supreme, definitely, definitely. We have Hans Zimmer with F1 in 6. I think they could do it because it's Mr. Hans, it's Mr. Zimmer. So we'll have to wait and see, but don't be surprised if F1's that. And if F1 is an original score, again, it only helps its Best Picture chances. Because you're not seeing The Secret Agent getting many of these ones. You're not seeing it was just an accident, but F1 is a big blockbuster. A lot of people saw it. It was good. You know, I'm not the biggest lover of F1, but it was a good film. I did enjoy it. It could sneak in here. I don't even think it's a sneak. It's Hans Zimmer. It's a great score. This is probably the most likely chance it has of getting in outside of, where did I have it? Editing. Then we have Begonia, Wicked, Sirat, and Train Dreams. Train Dreams has got a really good score, really, really good score. So I'd love to see that somehow bump up, but I don't see it. I think F1 is the best contender. Other than that, I feel good about this five. I'd love to see F1 in over Frankenstein, but let's see. And then it's only right we move on to Best Song. And we have Golden in number one. And you know what's funny is Golden isn't even my favorite song here, but it's such a worthy winner. It's a banger. K-pop Demon Hunters is good, but Golden is what K-pop Demon Hunters is all about, you know? That is the message of the film. It's a great song. It's a bop. I listen to it sometimes, not regularly, but I listen to it sometimes. A song I do listen to regularly is I Lied to You. It's so good. It's in my favorite scene of the whole year, and I think that's maybe why I hold more of an attachment to it, because the whole juke joint burning down is just so beautiful. Such an amazing scene. And that song, to reel it all in, it's so good. And Miles Caton's performance is amazing. And it is my favorite song here. We have The Girl in the Bubble. There will probably be a Wicked song. As you can see, I have no Place Like Home in 8th. Girl in the Bubble is a better song than that, but I don't really care. I don't like the original songs they put in Wicked for good. Dear Me, have I listened to it? No. Am I planning on listening to it? No. It's Diane Warren. The name's attached to it, so it's probably going to get nominated because it's, like I said, it's Diane Warren. It would be wrong of them not to. She won't win. She'll look disappointed, whatever. Train Dreams from Train Dreams. Yes, please. Good song. Then we have Dreamers One from Avatar Fire and Ash. Again, banger. I'd love to see that sneak in. Last Time I Seen the Sun should be there. It's probably in my top three out of all of these. Yeah, but I don't think they'll double up on Sinners. I think they're more likely to double up on. No, I think. Ooh, are they more likely to double up on Wicked or Sinners? Probably Sinners, actually. But Last Time I Seen the Sun is so good. It's so good. Drive from F1, probably not. And As Alive as You Need Me to Be from Tron Ares. Yeah, some really great songs this year. Golden's probably going to win. I Lied to You is amazing. Just go listen to it for fun. And Last Time I Seen the Sun is the one I'm hoping for, to get a sneaky nomination. We love Sinners. And sticking with the audio element of films, we are now on to Best Sound. F1 is going to win. F1 is going to win Best Sound, and I think it's hard to pinpoint one that's going to really compete. One Battle After Another is definitely up there because, like I said, they will give One Battle After Another wins if they can, but I think F1 sound is quite undeniable and it deserves it. Again, a really strong case for its Best Picture chances, and maybe I was wrong putting Weapons above it. Maybe I was wrong putting Train Dreams or The Secret Agent above it. Or it was just an accident, which I've been staying strong on. But, you know, reading this myself, I'm starting to doubt it. F1 is strong. But there it is. F1 winning Best Sound. One Battle After Another in second. Sinners in third. Again, music, sound is a big part of that film. Should be there. We have our first Avatar Fire and Ash nomination. It won't be the last. Amazing film and great sound. I hope it gets nominated. But out of the top three, I'm not overly confident on Avatar. I'm not overly confident on Sirat. I've not seen it. But again, I've seen some momentum. I've seen other people talk about it. It seems quite strong. But like I said earlier about Frankenstein, I think they'll give that a few more nominations. So it could definitely get in. I remember the sound of Frankenstein. It's good. Fine. I hope Mission Impossible gets in here as well. We love Mission Impossible. Superman's got a little honorable mention. I just feel good about the top three. I'm not really sure about the next two after that, but F1's going to win. It's going to win. And now it's time for visual effects. I said Frankenstein earlier was the biggest lock of the night for costume design, I think it was. I said it was the biggest lock for something, I don't remember right now, but Avatar Fire and Ash is the biggest lock for a win in visual effects. It's Avatar. It wins all the time, as it should. The visual effects are unlike anything we've ever seen, anything we will ever see. Avatar, James Cameron, he just does it like no one else. Incredible. F1 again, another nomination I think it's going to get. Another really strong reason for it to be nominated for Best Picture. I'm getting worried. Then we have Frankenstein at number 3. It's Frankenstein. Superman. Come on. I love my slop. I love my comic book movies, my superheroes, my Superman. I hope it gets nominated. I really do. I would have liked to have seen more love for Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four. But, like, I can't complain here. And Sinners in number 5. Sinners might be stronger than Superman. It's been doing well in this category. And maybe because outside of that, it's quite weak. Wicked for Good, no. The Lost Bus, I've not seen, so it could be amazing. Jurassic World Rebirth, it's just another Jurassic film. Tron Ares, no. And The Electric State got longlisted. Imagine The Electric State, Oscar-nominated film. You know what, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's just lose our integrity. Let's do it. Moving on to a category that seems to frustrate me more and more every year. It's animated feature. Since I've been doing these videos, my personal pick hasn't won the last 2 times. I think Spider-Verse not winning really hurt. It really hurt because that's one of my favorite films of the whole decade. My favorite film here in the animated category, if I could pick, would have been Ne Zha 2. Quite comfortably Ne Zha 2 as well. It's in my top 6 of the whole year, I think it is. Maybe even top 5. It's so good, and it's just got completely lost outside of its money. People talk about it being one of the highest grossing films, but no one talks about the quality of the film itself, and please do yourself the pleasure of putting on Ne Zha 2 in its original language. I got to watch it at the BFI IMAX, and I was just completely captivated by it. You don't need to watch part 1, but I just wanted to put Ne Zha 2 here so I could talk about it, because I don't think it has a chance. Now we can go to the 5 films I think has a chance. K-Pop Demon Hunter is probably going to win. Wasn't there at BAFTA, but it couldn't have been there at BAFTA. It wasn't allowed to be, so if you didn't know why, it just wasn't allowed. K-Pop Demon Hunters is the strongest film going into the Oscars. It's probably going to win other categories as well, like Best Song, which is really good for an animated film. So K-Pop Demon Hunters is going to win. Outside of Ne Zha 2, I think Zootopia 2 is probably my favorite, so I'm hoping it causes the upset, but it's definitely going to get nominated. These next 2 films have been on my radar for a long time. They've been on my list, my picks for a long time. I just haven't seen them yet, and I will get to them. It's Arco and Little Amelie, or the character of Rain. Both look really good, actually, from what I've seen. So great, and you see more indie animated films getting nominated these days, so that's great. I actually changed this last minute. I've put Elio in my top 5, mostly for Disney reasons. I know Zootopia 2's there, but they're more likely to go for a film like Elio than Demon Slayer, even though I had Demon Slayer in for a while. I'm glad it got nominated in other places. And I believe it was the highest rated film on Letterboxd, or was that Chainsaw Man? I can't remember. I'm so sorry. I think Elio and Demon Slayer are the only 2 that could swap. I think that top 4 is the top 4. In Your Dreams could cause an upset. It's a Netflix one, maybe. Predator Killer of Killers, really good film. But outside of that top 4, and Elio and Demon Slayer, I don't really see it. I just don't. But I'm here for the upset. If Ne Zha 2 wants to go on a crazy run and win, that'd be amazing. I just wanted to talk about it and implore people to watch it because it really is that good. Another one of my favorite categories, international feature. A really, really strong year this year. The 5 I have here, I don't know if it'd be my 5 because there are some really great films that aren't even on the list, weren't even submitted, sadly. But I'll just talk about the ones here for now. And Sentimental Value is probably going to win, but I have The Secret Agent, and it was just an accident in my Best Picture nominations. I think it was just an accident. Could do screenplays, so could Sentimental Value. Secret Agent, you never know with Wagner Moura. So those 3, any of those 3 could win, but those 3 are the top 3. But my favorite international film of the year is No Other Choice, and it's a shame it's sort of in that Begonia Blue Moon category for me, where it's there, but is it really there? It's just sort of being hidden in the background when it's the strongest film here for me. We have Surat in 5. It's just here above The Voice of Hinduja, but because I've seen it in other categories get nominated, and I think that gives it a little bit of an edge. Left-Handed Girl would be in my top 5. Really great film. It's on Netflix if people want to watch it. I got to see it at London Film Festival. Amazing. Sound of Falling could win. Not win, sorry. Could get nominated in another category, so who knows if it sneaks in. But really, for me, it's between the top six I have here. Um, but I feel really good about this top five. I think it's a strong top five. The most likely top five. Just please go watch No Other Choice and go watch all these movies. Some really great films. I mean, I'm saying this when Sentimental Value is right here. It's amazing. It Was Just an Accident is really good. I haven't seen The Secret Agent, but I've heard great things. Like some amazing films here. Just go watch them all. And we are going to end with the new category at the Oscars, and that is casting. I think celebrating a whole cast is great, and I've spoken about my number one a lot being one of my favorite casts, and that is Sinners. I think the Sinners cast is so good, and I think in this category it'll be really interesting what direction they go. Will they go for the one with the best performance? Will they go for the one that works as a collective, or ones where there are younger, newer stars, or some breakthrough ones that people didn't expect to do as well as they did? I think Sinners has a mix of everything. I think Michael B. Jordan's lead performance is one of the best of the whole year. I think it's supporting and collective cast all contribute to this film. They all add value, and I think it's my favorite cast of the year, and I hope it wins. One Battle After Another has a lot of the big names. It has the big director attached to it too. And like I mentioned, they might give One Battle After Another a win wherever they can, and this is one where they can. And I think it'll be hard for people to complain. It's One Battle After Another. It's Leo. It's Tiana Taylor. Chase Infinity. Like so many great performances in this film. Same with Sinners. It has the balance of the younger new stars, Chase Infinity, and all these brilliant actors that we know: Sean Penn, Benicio, even Regina Hall, who I didn't get to speak about. She was one of my favorite performances of the whole year in her limited screen time. She's brilliant. And I wish she could have made my 10. But yeah, I think One Battle After Another was a great chance. Hamlet's a really interesting one because of the child acting in this film. It's some of the best child acting ever. Like Jacoby Jupe is no joke. He is no joke. And then his brother Noah Jupe really carrying that final act, that final play. Both of them are incredible. Like I would maybe have both of them in my top five. And then you have Jesse Buckley, who's gonna win. You have Paul Mescal, who'll probably get nominated. I think Hamlet has an amazing chance here. Marty Supreme has the star power. It has the strength of Timothy. Gwyneth Paltrow's in it. This really also relies on Odessa getting nominated, but I'm sure she will. Really good cast. And then Sentimental Value. Like I mentioned, multiple Oscar-worthy winning performances in that film. Whether they all get nominated or not, we'll see. But as a collective, it's great, and I'm really struggling outside of this five to really see. I think the weapons cast is really cool. I think it's a really fun cast. I'd love to see that. We have Frankenstein. I think outside of Jacob Elordi and Mia Goth, I don't really care for most of the performances in that film, sadly. Wicked for Good, really hope not. I really, really hope not. And Seurat, I think it's just there. I don't think it's got any legs to it. And The Secret Agent, sorry. I mean, again, Wagner Moura, it depends on him and how much they really see him as a threat to Timothy's throne, as it seems. Because he could sneak in out of nowhere and win, and that'd be cool. That'd be really cool. But yeah, I think this top five is a really good top five, and I hope this is the top five. This is a top five I would choose. I like it. So that's it. Another year, another Oscars video. I will probably be back to make more award season content. I might give some of my personal picks if I was a voter. If I could have picked a 10, you'd see some wild ones. You'd see some ones that weren't even close to being on the Oscars radar. And I'm just really excited to go into the Oscars, the BAFTAs, all the rest of the award shows we have coming up. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Please do consider liking and subscribing. And as I mentioned, head over to my TikTok, Letterboxd, do it all. All the links will be down below. And I'll see you guys next time.